Everything ain't alright, man?
I ain't eating.
You ain't eating? What you mean you ain't eating? You ain't making this paper, man? Everybody eats, B.
Right. Rugby Thompson in this motherfucker. Kush God. It's a jet life extravaganza, you know. Stay strong. Right. My fucking life is like a highlight reel. Step in these river months, I show you how the highlight feel. Don't ask me about them niggas shit, I'm twice as ill. Talk that buzz shit for real and I'm the nicest still. Round hustlers, you're only a custody. Trying to get off on me, shit is bound to get ugly. Prob, still got the 38 and it's rusty. Trust me, get you little niggas touched like Sandusky. Fuck the authorities.
What's up, you fucking bozos? This is Bloodstain Lane, aka Mr. Buttersworth. And this video is going to be pretty much a New Year's Eve recap of last night's UFC 141 and Dream's annual finale card that they have every year. This wasn't called Dynamite, it was called something else, which I'm not going to pronounce yet because, I'm just not going to make myself sound like a jerk off, for you guys to make fun of. But before I even get into the video, I just want to shout out MiddleEasy.com for giving me the 2011 Vlogger of the Year award. You know what I'm saying? Which is the second award I won in the past 2 years. Last year I won Fighters Only Vlogger of the Year, and this one means a lot to me. I was up against Dana White in some very serious, good competition, and I end up winning, which goes to show you how much of a hardcore fan site MiddleEasy.com is. So shout out to everybody at Middle Easy. Zeus, Cat Von C, Bowsin, Lazy the Savage, Jason, the whole fucking team up there, the whole family. I consider myself part of you guys' family. You guys were, really the first MMA site to embrace Bloodstain Lane, so I always got you guys back. Now, let's get into the actual card. UFC 141 we'll start off with. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I wasn't there for the first fight of the night. I was at your girlfriend's house. She had a plumbing problem, so I had to lay down some pipe, if you know what I mean. So I missed that fucking first fight. But I did make it back in time for Gustafsson versus Matt Yushchenko, and I gotta say, I'm very impressed with Gustafsson. He kind of reminds me of a white John Jones in terms of the way his physique is. Tall, long arms, long legs, just keeps good distance, very good striker. He put it on Matt Yushchenko, knocked him out in the fucking first round. I like Gustafsson. I think he has a bright future ahead of himself. If he could utilize his height and his stand-up skills, he will be fighting for a title shot in 2013. That's my prediction for Gustafsson. Next fight of the night, one of my all-time least favorite fighters to watch. And if you watch my Sherdog pound for pound video, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. John Fitch versus Johnny Hendricks. Now, John Fitch is so fucking boring. I mean, the guy don't even have a fucking nickname. It's just John Fitch. That's a boring name. You know what I'm saying? That being said, John Fitch is good at what he does. He's good at winning. He's good at cage humping. He's good at, holding guys down. He's a rugged guy. I'll give him credit. But he's not fun to watch by any stretch. Johnny Hendricks, on the other hand, a very rugged wrestler, up-and-coming prospect who's winning. He's starting, this was a big fight against John Fitch. I personally didn't give Johnny Hendricks a shot in this fucking fight. Well, let's just say this. A slice of pizza was finished today, finally, in a John Fitch fight. But it wasn't John Fitch eating that slice of pizza. It was Johnny Hendricks. That motherfucker put it on him. I think the fight was 13 seconds. Hit him with a fucking straight right hand. Crippled fucking John Fitch. Fight was over. And I'm going to be fucking honest with you, man. I think it was the best thing to happen to the welterweight division. John Fitch was always that guy who's, let's be honest. Fans don't like watching him fight. The UFC brass doesn't like watching him fucking fight. John Fitch is a nightmare to those fucking guys. This opens up the welterweight division. You're going to see a lot of new fights, new contenders coming up. And as sad as this sounds, I mean, John Fitch, since his loss to GSP, has been on an absolute tear. He's won almost every fucking fight he's been in. And he didn't get a title shot. Now, if he didn't get a title shot after going on that win streak that he was on, he's never going to get a fucking title shot after this fucking loss. Never. He's at the bottom of the fucking total poll right now. He's not going to get a title shot. Mark my words, John Fitch will never get a title shot in the UFC again. UFC doesn't like him, and they were hoping for this to happen. I guarantee that. I mean, he'd have to fucking cage hump Jesus Christ and fucking lay on fucking the Dalai Lama to get a title shot. He's done, and like I said, it's sad to say because John Fitch is a good winner, not fun fighter to watch, and you know he'll be fighting these kind of fights for the rest of his career, non-title fights for the rest of his career. Johnny Hendricks, on the other hand, big fucking win for him. I like the kid. He's a rugged fucking wrestler. He moves up the fucking ladder now, you know. But finally, John Fitch is involved in an exciting fucking fight, and I'm just glad it finally happened after all these fucking years. Next fight of the night, Nate Diaz versus Cowgirl Cerrone. You know, going into this fight, nobody gave Nate a fucking shot. Fucking Joe Rogan, when they had the fucking analysis, he gave Cowboy the edge in every fucking category. And I'm saying, what the fuck is going on here? Nate Diaz is hitting his motherfucking stride right now. He's finding himself the way Nick found himself in 2008. He's turning into an elite MMA fighter right before our fucking eyes. You know, before Nate was always a good fighter, but he wasn't on that next level. And now he's on that level. I mean, Cowboy Cerrone, I mean, the guy's been on a tear lately. And Nate just embarrassed this motherfucker, man. He embarrassed him. I mean, I know people who are paralyzed from the waist fucking down who had more head movement than Cowboy in this fucking fight. I mean, every fucking punch Nate Diaz threw at this guy was like a heat-seeking missile hitting his fucking target. He got tattooed more than fucking Bam Bam Bigelow in this fucking fight. It was just every punch that Nate threw was fucking landing. You know, and I mean, like I said, he embarrassed Cowgirl Cerrone, and now Cowboy has to go back to the drawing board and get back on a winning streak. Maybe he could go film Brokeback Mountain 2 with Greg Jackson. Maybe that could be the next step of his career, but right now he has to work his way back up. Nate Diaz, like I said on Twitter, him and his brother will be UFC champions in 2012. Book it right now. Nate Diaz, 155 champion. Nick Diaz, 170 champion. 2012. That's my fucking prediction. Okay? But salute to the Diaz brothers. You know, I fucks with them all day. I consider them the baddest fucking men on the planet walking right now. Just real tough guys. Legit tough guys. Not an act. Legit fucking tough guys. Okay? Next fight of the night, we have my boy the Reem, Alistair Overeem, taking on Cock Chestnut, a.k.a. Brock Lesnar. Now, if you've been watching my videos, especially for the last 2 years, I've always said that Brock was the ultimate product of the UFC hype machine. He had the look, he had, you know, the size, they built him up to be the baddest man on the planet. But I'll tell you one thing. The baddest men on the planet are not scared to get punched. The baddest men on the planet don't do ballerina spins when they're getting attacked. How can this man be the baddest man on the planet? I said it back then. If you watch my videos, I said Brock Lesnar was a better version of Bob Sapp. He was the white Bob Sapp. Just a big, strong, muscular, intimidating guy who, you know, I mean, listen, he put on entertaining fights. Brock got some wins. He did what he had to do. I'm not going to completely shit on the guy. He got some wins, which is impressive for a guy to come into a whole, you know, pro wrestling into MMA and get wins. But he was exposed. He was exposed, and especially in the Shane Carwin fight, he was exposed as a guy who does not want to get hit. He does not want to fight. And I always said that Brock, you know, everybody ranting and raving about his wrestling. If you're a true fan of combat sports or just a true fan of the technical aspects of fighting, Brock Lesnar never had great wrestling. Yes, he did his thing in college. He was a great collegiate wrestler, but his wrestling technique in MMA was shit. It was garbage. All he had was that fucking bulldozer rush that he would just use all his strength and muscle and take you down. But his technique was never really all there. Alistair Overeem, on the other hand, is just a supremely skilled fighter. Best striker, a heavyweight striker in MMA, great grappler. Just, you know, he is a better fighter than Brock Lesnar. And people are actually picking Brock to win this fucking fight. And I said it. This fight was going to look very similar to Alistair Overeem versus Todd Duffy. Very, very similar fight. Reem was going to impose his will, use his, you know, his arms to get in close in to batter them knees into your fucking rib cage, which he fucking landed some brutal knees to Brock. There was a knee that took Brock's soul in that fucking fight, and that Brock didn't want to fight after that. And then he hit him with a liver kick. Brock went down, withering in pain, and Reem just put the beat down on him. You know what I'm saying? like I said, I don't think there's a heavyweight right now in the world that could beat Alistair Overeem. I completely expect him to wash Junior Dos Santos down. I mean, he like I said, he just that big cock that Brock Lesnar has on his chest that fucking looks like a hard-on. That shit went limp from them fucking knees that he was taking in that fucking fight. And you know what's funny is Dana White was tweeting during the whole fucking UFC, and then when Reem puts the beat down on Cock Chestnut, no more tweeting. What's the matter, Dana? You didn't want Reem to win, or you wanted we all know Brock was your money machine. It's over now. Now Brock has to go back to Vince McMahon and go back to WWE, which I fully support because I'm a pro wrestling guy. I just felt like this was in Brock's world. You know what I'm saying? I love pro wrestling. I come from a pro wrestling background. So Brock, congratulations. Good. On your MMA career. Good luck in the future endeavors. But you fucked with a very scary man today, now it's the Overeem, and he put the fucking beating on you. Another thing I want to say is, there was a lot of speculation going to fight with Reem, and rumors I was hearing from him, steroids and running from tests, this and that, and there's a beef between him and Golden Glory. I'm not getting involved in that. Okay, I kind of put myself in the middle between Golden Glory and Reem. Both those guys are my friends, both sides. Reem and his brother and Fabrice and Elda all treated me with fucking class when I hung out. They invited me out to dinner. We hung out for a whole weekend in Jersey. The other side of the board, Golden Glory guys, I love those guys too. Hopefully you guys can work out your distance without it getting ugly. Work out your fucking problems. I will not be getting involved in any more problems between Alistair Overeem and Golden Glory. I just want to see. I'm a fan of Overeem as a fighter and a person. Like I said, he treated me and my brother very well. So I wish him nothing but success. And I really feel like that UFC championship is fucking his for the taking. Now, going on to the other side of the globe, you see it right here. We had Dream had their annual New Year's Eve card, and now if you're a hardcore fan of MMA, you stayed up and watched this fight. You watched this event, and if you didn't watch it, you enjoy getting bukkakied by a fucking African tribe with 12-inch cocks, okay? Because like I said, it was so many great fights and fun. It was a fun event overall. The way they had it, the hybrid of MMA, kickboxing, pro wrestling, hybrid fucking matches. I was really pumped up for it. And you can say what you want about JMMA being inferior in terms of skills to the American product, which you may be right. I personally don't give a fuck. I love JMMA. I love the presentation. I love the aura. I love the Bushido spirit of it. That's what I like. It's the never quit attitude of JMMA that I love. Okay? And like I said, just from the presentation to just the overall atmosphere of a Japanese MMA card, it's just a beautiful fucking thing. Getting into the actual event now, you had Hideo Tokoro, Zest Legend, K1 Heroes guy, Dream guy, fought all over Japan, taking on Yusop Sadulov, or whatever the fuck his name was. I don't even fucking know. I expected Tokoro to go in there and do what he does, get a submission win. Fight ended quick. Yusop got him in a fucking belly-to-back suplex when he fucking landed. Fucking Tokoro's head hit the mat, knockout. Yusop gets the win. Kind of surprising to say the least, but shit like that happens in the fucking sport. Next fight of the night, you had Imanari versus Antonio Benuelos. Now, I'm a JMMA fan. I was never really a big fan of Imanari like all the other JMMA fans are. I just think he's a very boring fighter. Doesn't take much chances. Always goes for that rolling heel hook. And yeah, he's a great submission fighter, but there's really not much I really like watching this guy fight. Every fight I watch is almost a sleeper, to be honest with you. Benuelos, on the other hand, very fun fighter from WEC days. This fight was a snooze fest. It was a snooze fest, man. I fucking was dozing off through some of the fight, to be honest with you. At the end of the fight, Michael the Voice Chavello said it was a cerebral fight. I don't think it was cerebral. I think it was just fucking boring. I'd rather watch a fucking marathon of Murder, She Wrote than fucking watch that fight ever again. Horrible fight. Next fight of the night, we had former Dream featherweight champion Bibiano Fernandez taking off Rodolfo Marquez. And first off, let me say this. Bibiano Fernandez has a face not even his mother can love. His mother don't even love his face. Let's be real. That motherfucker is ugly. Gremlin-looking motherfucker. But he's a great MMA fighter. And Bibiano does what he does. Black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. High-quality black belt. Not like one of these black belts that you get out of a Cracker Jack box. He's a high-quality black belt. He controlled the whole pace of the fight. Controlled him on the ground. Mixture of knees, punches, elbows. Beat him up in the ground. Controlled the fight on the feet. And he ended up winning a decision over Rodolfo Marquez. So Bibiano's back on track to getting that dream welterweight featherweight championship. Next fight of the night, you had Kengo Sanada versus Masaki Nori. A very fun kickboxing match. Exciting, especially that fucking switch up flying roundhouse kick that Masaki Nori hit him with. Fun fight. Masaki Nori gets a decision win. Ryo Chonan versus Maha Sakurai, 2J MMA legends going at it. First off, let me say Matt Hume, who I'm a huge fan of, looks like he should be doing fucking porn in the 80s. He has that 80s porno guy look. Fight was okay, somewhat competitive. Wasn't really crazy about it. Maha gets the win though. Next fight of the night was Tatsuya Kawajiri versus Miyata. This is a wrestler's dream fight right here. Two outstanding wrestlers. You know, specifically Miyata being an Olympic medalist. I still feel like Kawajiri has probably top 5 top control in the game. Brutal ground and pound. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised how this fight panned out. I expected Kawajiri to keep the fight on the feet. I know he has definitely an advantage in the stand-up department over Miyata. But Kawajiri fucking out-wrestled Miyata. Beat him at his own fucking... Destroyed him. Was taking him down at will and beating him up. And eventually getting a side choke. And I think it was the second round. Very, very impressive performance, Kawajiri. Specifically on how he beat Miyata. You know what I'm saying? It was how he beat him. You know? Quick side note. If I could have anybody's physique in MMA, it'd probably be Miyata. I mean, this guy... body's fucking doesn't have an ounce of fucking fat on it, no fucking homo. If I had that physique, I'd be walking down Queens Boulevard shirtless, baby oiled up, just grabbing random girls' fucking asses. Guy's fucking cut. Next fight of the night, we had the goddess of female MMA, Mega Megumi Fuji versus Carla Benitez, and Mega Magoo does what she does best, grappling wizardry at his fucking finest. Armbar early in the fucking fight. There's something about Megumi Fuji that just that makes me like this. Fucking hard on like that when I watch this girl fight. Is she the most beautiful woman on the planet? Absolutely fucking not. There's something about her, man. I would toss her salad. I don't even need no dressing on the salad. I would just toss the salad plain. No dressing on that shit. That's how much I love Megumi Fuji. Fucking great performance on her part again. And like I said, the greatest female MMA fighter of all fucking time. Next fight of the night, we had one of my favorite MMA fighters in the world, Kazunori Kikuno versus K1 Max superstar Nagashima in a mixed rules match. First round was K1 rules, second round MMA rules. Now, I love Kikuno. I did a whole video dedicated to the fucking guy. I love his mummy stance. I love his creepy smile. I love that brutal crescent kick. To me, he's the real-life Kenshiro from Fist to the North Star. You know, and the first round of this fight was one of the greatest opening rounds I've ever seen in any fight. Boxing, MMA, kickboxing. Similar to Hagler Hearns. Just it was wonderful to watch. And Kazunori Kikuno. Mind you, these guys are fighting kickboxing rules with 4 rounds gloves. Real Rocky 5, Rocky Balboa versus Tommy Gunn shit. Real gangster shit, man. I mean, kickboxing with MMA gloves. Those are some real fucking motherfuckers right there. And Kazunori Kikuno was beating him at his own game. He's smashing him. Beating the fuck out of Nagashima. Put him down. And he was on his way to knocking him out. And then Nagashima hit him with a shot and put Kikuno down at the end of the round. It was just a great, great back and forth brawl. I suggest everybody go watch that fucking first round. You'll be shitting your fucking pants. Second round MMA rules. And, you know, Kikuno's a great MMA fighter. Got Nagashima to the ground, took his back, and just punched his fucking head. Looked like he was playing ping pong with his fucking head, and the fight was stopped. Big salute to Kazunori Kikuno. I would really like to see him maybe in Strikeforce, you know, get a couple wins in Strikeforce, and eventually move on to the UFC. A very, very fun, unique, and original fighter. You gotta love that. I'm all about creativity, and he's one of the most creative fighters in MMA right now. And then you had some great pro wrestling matches sprinkled throughout this card. You had Josh Barnett versus Suzuki. You know, Josh Barnett's a great, great pro wrestler. He ended up getting the win. Jerome LeBanner versus Tim Sylvia. Both these guys had beef over the years. You know, I was actually hoping it would be a real fight between them, but it was a good, strong style fight. Jerome LeBanner gets the win. Peter Oz versus Vegeta. Vegeta gets the win on that one. And Sakuraba and Shibata teaming up. Awesome. Awesome to watch. Next fight of the night, you had Hiroyuki, the street fighting Bancho Takeya versus Lion Takashi. Weird fucking fight. Wasn't really crazy about it. I mean, Lion Takashi, you're fighting, bro. You're not sightseeing. You're fucking fighting, bro. Use your fucking noodle. Throw punches. Use your head for more than a fucking hat rack, bro. You gotta throw punches to win a fight. I could put a fucking 90-year-old lady with fucking Alzheimer's, and she knows she has to fucking throw punches to win a fucking fight. Come on, bro. Not the best fight in the world. Takai gets a 5-round decision win. Next fight of the night, you have Shinya Aoki versus Satoru Kitaoka, Nippon Top Team, 2 of my favorite lightweights in the fucking world. And one thing I will say about Shinya, ever since he joined Evolve MMA over there in Singapore, the guy has improved tenfold. He's already a great fighter. His striking improved. His crisp. His grappling's better than ever. He absolutely dominated Kitaoka for 5 rounds on the feet, on the ground, beat the fuck out of him. Shinya Aoki gets the win. There's really nothing else for Shinya Aoki to do in the JMMA scene. I know he wants to try to stay there and help out that scene over there, but Shinya, you beat up everybody there. There's nothing else for you, bro. You're gonna have to go over to the UFC and fight now. You know, I love you. I love your whole purpose. I love your whole movement and helping the Japanese MMA scene, but you gotta do what's best for your career now and go over to the UFC and fight them guys. And then main event, the GOAT, Fedor Emelianenko versus Satoshi Ishii. You know, Satoshi Ishii's been training over at Reign MMA with Mark Munoz and those guys. You know, so he's had a great camp going over there. Fedor Emelianenko is slightly different. Fedor, more cautious, more picking his shots, which I kind of like. I think he tried to adjust as the game. He's getting too predictable. And like I said, when Fedor wins, everything just seems right in this world. When Fedor wins, I feel like I'm winning. Everything feels right. I want to make love to my girl. I want to make myself a nice turkey sandwich, maybe. You know, have a nice tall glass of lemonade. When Fedor wins, I feel good. And Fedor won. Straight right hand, left hook, clips him. Satoshi Ishii's knocked the fuck out. Fedor Emelianenko, one more fight. One more warm-up fight. I would say maybe against Sergey Karatanov. And enough with the fucking bullshit with M1 Global and Zuffa. Please, let's get this guy. He deserved it. Put both this shit aside. Let's get Fedor in the UFC. Let him finish out his career in the UFC and see what he can do. One last fucking run. And I'm pleading with both you fucking assholes. Both. M1, I love you guys. You guys are family to me. But please, let's do the right thing now. Let's get this guy some fights in the UFC and let's see what he can do over there. See if he can cause some fucking damage. I just want to shout out. Actually, you know what? Real quick thing. That fucking Gina Carano movie. It's kind of fucking good. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, Gina Carano, with fucking huge fucking titties. Man, I would probably fucking DDT my grandmother for a shot to suck those fucking tits. Beautiful, beautiful fucking chest. And that movie, I'm gonna check it out. You know, I'm gonna give it a shot. It looks somewhat fucking good. Big banana splits to all my supporters in 2011. Everybody who voted for me in the MiddleEasy.com awards ceremony. I really appreciate you guys. All my Twitter followers. Too many great people to mention. People on Facebook. All my Facebook friends. All my fucking YouTube subscribers. Everybody who shows Bloodstain Lane love. And, you know, I wouldn't be shit without you fucking guys. You guys, the word of mouth and all the support and you guys give me, I really appreciate it. You know, and I wouldn't be shit without you fucking bozos. Banana clips. To all you fucking hating, cocksucking pieces of shit who want to shit on my name, talk shit about me on the internet, say you want to do this to me, yet you never fucking do it. Banana clips to you motherfuckers in 2012. I hope you fucking, you know what, drink a fucking tall glass of bleach and just end your life, because 2012 you ain't doing nothing, okay? You're all fucking bumbleclop motherfuckers who I would slap silly in fucking real life, alright? So fuck you, eat a dick. Bloodstain Lane. Team takeover. Respect the fucking shooter. Fuck your life. See you in 2012, you fucking bozos.